everyone. Thank you for choosing to watch this week's news capsule. Words are from the lips, but actions are from the heart. That is why they say that actions speak louder than words. So act on what you say. And sometimes act on what you haven't been able to say either. It's time to begin with the news capsule.
Earlier this week, the annual G20 summit opened in Indonesia, Bali, with the world leaders coming together to discuss challenges triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia's war in Ukraine. PM Narendra Modi was welcomed at the summit venue by Indonesian President Joko Widodo ahead of the formal opening of the summit. Did you know that India will take over the G20 presidency for 1 year after this meeting? We look forward to learning more about the fruitful discussions that took place at the summit.
Last week, England and Pakistan faced each other in the finals of this year's T20 Cricket World Cup in Melbourne. England won the toss and opted to field and were able to restrict Pakistan's score to a low total of 137 runs. And thanks to Ben Stokes' match-winning half-century, England chased this target down with ease to win the match and lift the cup for the second time since their maiden title back in 2010. Do you know that they scripted history by becoming the first team to hold both T20 and ODI World Cup trophies at the same time in men's cricket? We congratulate them for this era-defining performance.
It's time to celebrate as India had a dream run at the Asian Boxing Championships that were being held in Jordan last week. Our country sent a strong 25-member contingent and they did not disappoint. India won a total of 12 medals including 4 golds. Lovlina Borgohain, Parveen Huda, Saviti and Alfia Khan packed a power punch to clinch the golds in their respective categories, while there were even 3 soldiers from the Indian Army who won bronze medals for the country. We thank the entire contingent for making us so proud.
The Khel Ratna Award is the highest sporting honor in India and is awarded annually by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. This year, table tennis ace Sharath Kamal will be the sole recipient of this award and he will be given this honor by India's President Draupadi Murmu. Do you know that this award was recently renamed as the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award in honor of one of India's greatest field hockey players? 25 other athletes from India will be presented with the prestigious Arjuna Award at the same ceremony. Don't forget to catch this important event on the 30th of November.
If humans are to one day land safely on Mars, engineers have to invent a spacecraft that can slow down enough to survive atmospheric entry. And fortunately, NASA may just have found a novel solution to this problem. Earlier this week, they attempted to launch a huge flying saucer-like inflatable heat shield into space that they were able to successfully bring down from orbit in the Pacific Ocean. We congratulate NASA for this achievement and wish them success in their mission of sending a manned mission to Mars in the next decade.
An unmanned US military space plane landed at NASA's Kennedy Space Center after spending a record 908 days in its orbit for its 6th mission. Did you know that this spacecraft called X-37B has now flown over 1.3 billion miles and has spent a total of 3,774 days in space? It has been conducting researches which could prove useful in future space endeavors and missions, and we look forward to learning more about their most recent journey.
Igraasp, have you heard of the Children's Climate Prize? It is an international prize annually awarded to young people who have made extraordinary efforts for the climate and environment. This year, Spash represented India as one of the finalists for the award, thanks to his humble innovation of a thermal floater, a device that floats on water and efficiently converts the thermal heat from the sun into electrical energy. He will be receiving a diploma medal and a prize money of 100,000 Swedish krona to develop his project further. What an inspiration for young climate warriors around the world.
There will be no cuddly pandas, lovable coyotes, or made-up characters representing the Paris 2024 Olympics as a mascot. Instead, the inspiration for the new mascot has been taken from a hat. Yes, you heard that right. But it's not just any red hat. It's an iconic one in France that harkens back to the French Revolution. Did you know that the French were actually the first country to invent an Olympic mascot for the 1968 Games named Chasse? The 2024 Summer Olympics will begin in July 2024, and we hope our athletes have already started their training.
You might have heard of climate activists throwing soup on Van Gogh paintings, but get ready to learn about another surprising strategy to spread awareness. Rainn Wilson, who is popular for his role in the TV show The Office, recently changed his name to Rainfall Heatwave Extreme Winter Wilson on Instagram to protest climate change. He even encouraged other celebrities to change their names and volunteered some suggestions too. This is certainly a bold and amusing way to fight the good fight.
The word of the week is buffoon, someone who amuses others with jokes and tricks. You would find the best buffoons in Shakespeare's plays. The riddle of the week is, what type of cheese is made backward? It's Edam.
Can you guess who? This Canadian poet and author is the creator of The Handmaid's Tale, which won the first Arthur C. Clarke Award in 1987 and whose celluloid adaptation won 8 Emmy Awards. She is a futuristic environmentalist with most of her 18 novels and 18 poetry books revolving around the theme of environment. She has been awarded the Man Booker Prize Award twice, in 2000 for The Assassins and in 2019 for The Testaments. It is Margaret Atwood. Did you know that this legendary author was in West Germany during the Cold War in 1984, and the socio-political turmoil was the muse for several of her dystopic works that followed afterwards?
Did you know that field hockey is not the national game of India? According to a statement made by the Union Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports in response to an RTI query, India has not declared any game as its national sport. The country's earlier success in the game at an international level developed a notion of hockey being our national game. Isn't it surprising?
Quiz time! Which is the largest hockey stadium in India? Which was inaugurated in June 2022. Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com along with your full name, school name, and a photograph. Answer to the last week's quiz. Insects such as bees and wasps use chemoreceptors in their antennae to detect smells. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Udyat Kalra of Scottish High International School for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraaspers, this week meet brothers Jeannie and Ernie, who are journeying from Brooklyn to Virginia to spend their summer break with their grandparents. There, they find that their grandfather is blind as a bat. The brothers begin exploring the concepts of courage and bravery, something they initially project onto their grandfather, whose disability seems heroic. Soon, they realize that their grandpa is pushing them to do what they don't like. Will he succeed, or will the boys learn a valuable lesson? Read this sensitive account of growing up and do share your comments at igraasp.com/iClub.
We hope you enjoyed this week's news capsule. If your actions don't live up to your words, then you might as well say nothing at all. Always remember that well done is better than well said. That's all we have for you this week. See you again next week. Bye-bye.